There is absolutely nothing more important than ensuring that our children get the education that they need to achieve success in our global economy. And really, for far too long, Washington has been taking more and more control over our children's education. And next week, the United States House of Representatives will consider a very important piece of legislation to reverse that trend and to send power back to the states, back to local districts, to teachers, and most importantly, to parents. The Student Success Act, which we call H.R. 5, will empower parents by expanding the accessibility of charter schools. It will enhance tutoring services available and provide parents with meaningful information about school performance while also encouraging communities to hold schools accountable. It will support very effective teachers by repealing antiquated requirements that focus more on an individual's degrees that they might have or classes that they have taken, and not enough on how effective they actually are in the classroom. Instead, it will allow states or local school districts, in consultation with parents, with teachers and administrators, to develop their own evaluation system that take into account student achievement. And this bill will further restore local control by empowering states to establish their own accountability standards. As well, it will further reduce the federal footprint in education by eliminating more than 70 duplicative and ineffective federal education programs, and it puts in place mandatory safeguards to protect against Washington's overreach. Now, an example of this government overreach really started when the Obama administration began making participation in the Common Core program by states a requirement for them receiving certain federal education grants. Yet there is absolutely no authority for this in current federal law. It's never been debated in Congress. The federal government should not, absolutely not, be dictating and coercing states to enact Common Core standards. That decision must remain with local officials, with local the school boards, with parents, with a very vigorous debate in each state about how to best educate their own children. And really, this problem with this Common Core is why I joined with 8 of my colleagues earlier this year to introduce what we call H.R. 2089. And the name of that bill is the Defending State Authority Over Education Act. This is a bill that ends this practice of government overreach by this administration, and is precisely why we fought for the relevant provisions of our bill to be actually included in the Student Success Act, again, that the House of Representatives will be voting on soon. The Student Success Act is a very long overdue step to move the power over our children's education out of Washington and back where it belongs. And I firmly believe that no Washington bureaucrat will ever care more for students' education than the leaders in the state in which they live, the school district where they learn, the teachers who see them in the classroom every day, and most importantly, their parents who love them the most. And because of this, we must do all that we can to empower the states, to empower our schools, our teachers, and most importantly, always, our parents. And I believe that the Student Success Act is certainly a step in the right direction.